Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really to throw you up.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Brittany. I'm back with another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that. Y'all, I've been talking about baddies a lot, and I feel like I've just been getting a lot of baddies requests just because of the fact that the show is literally on, and then anytime I talk about Bad Girls Club, I get freaking flagged for it. And Zeus don't, and for some reason I don't ever get flagged talking about freaking Zeus. And on Zeus, the last time they was throwing poop. And no lie, I really just need a break from baddies because of all the bullshit that's been going on. It's been freaking poop throwing. I'm not hurt, but fighting going on. It's just been a whole lot of going on with baddies. So I'm opening my BGC folder, and we been talking about BGC. So yeah, today we is talking about BGC, and I am ranking the season that a lot of people seem to hate the most. Which is BGC 8 and BGC 11. And right now, I want to rank the BGC 8 cast. And y'all, the thing is, this season was crazy. You know, this season was the season that started, like, not the decline of Bad Girls Club, but literally this season, like, just made people not like the show because of all the jumping that went on. The good thing is BGC 9 and 10 low-key, well, no, not 10. BGC 9 low-key redeemed Bad Girls Club because BGC 9 was fire. People like that season. Okay, and then BGC 10, people like that as well, but the whole Rocky thing was happening and people hated that. They felt like it was a lot of bullying. And then BGC 11 just made BGC go down because they did a lot of jumping again. But we gonna talk about BGC 8, and we is gonna rank the BGC 8 cast, and it's like, where the girls that likable? No, but you know, let's get into it. No lie, BGC 8, it's one of those seasons that, yeah, I watched through and through. I even watched the season a few times. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But was it that entertaining? No, it had its moments, but the fact that it was a whole bunch of jumping going on, it was just kind of like a but there were a few, literally like a few girls that I liked, and a few girls that I feel like didn't, you know, jump into the whole Erica twins thing. Okay, so the BGC 8 cast consisted of Danny and Gabby, which were the franchise's first set of twins. You know, honestly, first set of, you know, siblings, period, let alone twins. Amy, Mimi, rest in peace Mimi, Jenna, Gia, and Erica. And they only had 2 replacements, which were Camila and Christine. But honestly, I forget all about Christine, so she's honestly not even going to be a part of the conversation, period. She didn't even last 72 hours. Because the tea is, Gabby said it in her story time that when it came down to it, by the time Christine and Camila came, they only had 1 week left in the house. And Danny and Gabby even said if they knew that they only had 1 week left in the house, that they would have left. But they said the real reason why they left is because the house was disgusting and they didn't let them clean up.
So we had left early, and I left early because the house, when they had jumped us, the day they jumped us, they threw all our food everywhere. So we had left to Cabo for like 6 days or something, 5 or 6 days, something of the sort. And when we got back, there was when I tell you maggots, there was literally maggots coming out of the food on the ground from the sauce, the pizza. And it was so disgusting. I was like, yo, are you guys gonna have someone come in and clean this? Because I'm not living like this. And there was ants all over me and Danny's bed because they had taken the trash from the kitchen and dumped it on our bed, which I didn't show you on camera, but they had taken the trash from the kitchen and dumped it on our bed. So there was literally, when I say thousands and thousands of ants on our beds and in our room, I was like, yo, do you really expect me to live like this? Because no, it's not that serious to me. Like, Bad Girls Club is not that serious to me. So they like tried so hard to convince us, like, oh, just stay, don't leave. And I was like, no, are you gonna have someone come in that like will fly your parents out, we'll make it like family day? And that was kind of tempting, but I was like, you were gonna fly my parents out and expect me to clean this house or have them come in when this house looks like shit? I was like, nah. So we ended up leaving. And my biggest regret is, well, I have two regrets. My one is leaving early because there was only 7 days left. They wouldn't tell us how much time was left. That was another thing. I was like, how much time's left? Because if it's only a little bit, I'll ride this wave out. They didn't tell us. So I was like, no, not doing it. No.
And no lie, I would be kind of irritated at that too, because apparently the jumping happened before they had went on their trip. So which means that they went on their trip and they came back and the house was still nasty from everybody messing it up when they got jumped. And it's just like, they know they could have, even if the production didn't want to clean the house themselves, they know they could have had somebody come in and clean that house, because they always let guys come in and clean the pool when the pool is not even dirty, to relieve some type of sexual tension between the girls. So they could have had him come bring his ass back in to clean the house. And I think that on that season they had 2 little guys come in and tease them and clean the house, and they didn't even do anything. They just cleaned the windows. So they know they could have put their asses to work in for real life and have them clean that house. So no lie, with Danny and Gabby, I would be irritated by that too, because they literally messed up that whole house. So it's just like, yeah, I'm not staying in this house if it's going to be like this. But at the same time, they only had 1 week left. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, if I was with them, I'd be like, damn, I would have stayed too. And then with Christine, it's like, girl, you only had a week left. You, like, why did you leave? Again, like I said, on an entertainment spectrum, I wouldn't say the girls were entertaining. I feel like a lot of the girls just felt like them being bullies, or Erica felt like since she ran the house that she was entertaining. And it's like, no, somebody like Julie was entertaining when she ran the house, is not only because the girls followed her, it's just because the girls were low-key doing what she said. And it's just like, Erica, I just feel like the girls follow her and they sucked her dick and that was it. With Julie, at a certain point, her and Fallon was smashing. She convinced the girls to throw somebody's luggage on the street. She felt like she was tough even though she was getting beat up. Like, Julie ran the house in a cool way. Erica ran the house in an annoying way, because it's just like, girl, you jumping people like Jenna, you jumping people like the twins. And the thing is, Erica was annoyed with the twins the whole time, but she waited till everybody came around to jump them. Girl, if you ran the house and you was that girl, you could have been had your girls to jump them, or you could have been did it yourself. But you waited till all y'all wanted to come together and be a team and do it. And Erica's not even the one that orchestrated that. They all just came together. Julie, she fought Andrea by herself. You know, when Megan was fighting Rima and old girl, she was pretending like she was tough, but you know, honestly, I feel like she still would have jumped in. Julie wasn't no punk. Erica was. So she wasn't entertaining, even though she ran the house. It didn't give. It just gave, you know, the girls just follow her because for some reason. Julie just ran the house because, you know, Julie ran the house. She was that girl. And that's how I feel about it. Erica wasn't entertaining, even though she was like, and then the thing is, Erica ran the house, but she wasn't the star of the show. The twins were. You know, the twins just so happened to follow behind Erica, so that's how Erica got her storyline, and that's how she got her camera time. The cameras, every time Erica talked, they wasn't like, we was following around the twins. No shade. And when Camila came, we was following around Camila. And then when they quote unquote jumped Camila, it was Mimi that went in her room first, and then people followed behind her, and not like they did it because Erica did it. Are y'all getting what I'm putting down? Like, she ran the house, but she was a loser. She was lame. She wasn't entertaining, whereas the other girls that ran the house were. For example, let's take Shar. Shar, she ran the house and she was the center of attention. The girls, they was on her thing, but they did what she said. Julie, like I said, Julie, Kristen, and Lee, Leah, when they ran the house, the cameras was always on them. You know, Erica, it's like she ran the house, but she was what I can say though, Erica's song, I honestly used to like it. All the bad bitches turn it up, yeah. And if you got a lot of money, count it up, yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that was my song. That was my song. So what I can say though, as y'all see what I'm about to say, Erica is last on the list on my ranking. Like, yeah, she ran the house, but she was a loser. She was lame. You know, it's like, yeah, she played the big part in the show because she was the leader of the house. And if we took away Erica, I feel like, honestly, would the show be better? But it's just like, I feel like none of the girls wanted to take charge. You know, like, they were comfortable following behind Erica. At a certain point when she fell out with the twins, they were low-key standing on business with her, but the twins were happy when Erica and them were cool again. Like, they were happy when they locked Mimi out the room and she spazzed and they were all laughing. And they were at the table. Yeah, this is ridiculous, Erica. Yeah, you agree? So you want to lock her out the room too? Yeah, let's do it. It's not like they were just like, oh, you want to be cool again? Wow. Like, no, they were happy. They were upset when the chain got broken and Erica and Gia didn't go down with them, even though Gabby did it. They were upset about that. Erica, when they made up with the twins at the reunion, even though Danny was mad, but the thing is, Danny's still on business more than Gabby. But just like, yeah, Erica is last on my list. You know, she was annoying. Like I said, her song was lit. You know, her hair color was cute, but her tracks were not. It's like, she didn't give to me. What I can say though, I did like the moment when her boyfriend came and it's like we saw a different side of her, because it's just like, oh girl, you're not completely heartless. Like, you got a heart. Like, your boo ignoring you and you upset about that. It's like, wow, like, she got a heart. But it's just like, as soon as he left, she done jumped the twins. I was just like, all that anger her booski done did, she done took that out on the twins too. It wasn't all about twins. It wasn't all about twins. But yeah, moral of the story, Erica's last of the list. Like, I just didn't like her at all. She was a loser. Next, I'm sorry, but I gotta say the twins. It's like the twins were entertaining to a certain point. And then, like I said, I can't fully say Erica ran the house if the twins were still bullying Elise after she said she was done. No shade. No shade. No shade. It's like the twins wanted to follow around Erica and they did follow around Erica, but at the same time, the twins, like, you know, when they were always talking to their dad and their dad like just always told them to start drama, they really just thought being in the house they had to start drama, so they really didn't want to chill. And at a certain aspect, I'm not sure which one of them said that. I'm gonna have to find out. But at a certain aspect, I mean, at a certain point, let me start trying to sound smart and shit, because y'all know I'm illiterate. At a certain point, one of them wanted to stop, but the other one just didn't want to let go. And what I can say is that the twins said they weren't even that close before this, but I'm glad that in the house they always had each other's back, because they could have stopped, but one wanted to stop and the other one didn't, so they just had each other's back. So they just always fought together and they just always were together. But that would have pissed me off, because it's just like, girl, why you want to keep messing with this girl? You can't fight and you look stupid. Like, it's nothing that gave me more satisfaction, no lie, when Elise beat Danny in that little contest thing. Because I really wanted Danny to be humbled so bad, because it was literally giving obsessed with Elise. Like, okay, y'all gave her an initiation. Y'all pushed the girl in the pool. Y'all done put salad dressing in her luggage and now she don't got no clothes. Like, y'all done destroyed all this girl stuff. Like, what else can we do? Like I said, y'all can't fight. And not like when they were jumping her, they were beating her up. One was just pulling her hair and the other one was. Y'all was playing hair wars with the girl. So it's just like, what else y'all want to do? And then the thing is, if y'all were really about it, y'all would have jumped Erica. I'm sorry. If they were really about it, they would have jumped Erica. Erica was the one they were going back and forth with the most. Because at a certain point, Elise didn't even pay them no mind. She brought her sister down there. They didn't, well, her sister, and they didn't do anything. So it's like the twins were not about it. So I could not respect them because of that. Because it's like y'all just wanted to play bullies, but weren't real bullies. So it's just like they were weird. I also couldn't respect them because of how hard they were riding Erica. And it's like, it seemed like they didn't even care about Gia. They weren't intimidated by Gia. It's just like they were on Erica. Like, and it was low-key weird to me because it's just like, what did she have or what did she do that had y'all so shook to the point where y'all just wanted to be friends with her? But then when y'all stopped being friends with her, y'all were cool. But when y'all were friends with her, they just derided her so hard, and it was just weird. But like I said, y'all dad told y'all to start drama, but y'all wanted it with Elise so bad, but y'all didn't want it with the girl that kept telling y'all that y'all was doing too much and that they didn't, and that she wasn't rocking with y'all because y'all was doing too much. The girl that jumped y'all. And then on top of that, at the end, they got security. Like, don't get me wrong. They got whooped real bad. Real bad. But it's just like to the point where y'all needed y'all's own security. These girls weren't tough. It's not like they were in a house with any heavy hitters at all. The only reason why y'all got beat up is because y'all got jumped. So I was just like, yeah, these girls are weird. They want to play bullies, but they don't really want to fight. They want it with the same girl over and over and over. So it's just like, yeah. Like I said, they were weird. But like I said, the only reason why they got a lot of camera time, like I said, they were funny. And then they were the twins of the house. Like, I really feel like if it were just one of them, they would, they were funny. They were both funny. They were both cute. They were both unhinged and did a lot of crazy stuff. But they were just the first twins of the house. So they just got a lot of camera time on top of that. And it's just like, I don't know, maybe I'm hating. Next, I gotta say Gia. And Gia, again, I'm gonna keep using this word, weird. But no lie, I really thought Gia was kind of like unhinged. Like, she was crazy.
Because I really am psycho. Like, y'all really don't know.
Like, she needed a straight jacket. Like, I will never ever forget when I saw the full footage video of what happened when Gia was just drunk and she attacked Matthew or Matt, whatever her boyfriend's name was in Vegas.
She grabs him, throws him against the wall, chokes the shit out of him, sucker slaps him, tells him he's a piece of shit. Her family's worth $500,000, my family's worth $500,000. She tells him to get the fuck out. He gets out. She chases after him, butt naked in a bikini. Then she tries to leave the gate and says she's going home in her bikini.
Where's Amy? She's the one that got the willpower to drag her ass.
I'm behind this bitch, rip off my clothes, and not be scared.
Come on.
Ripping grass, ripping everything.
Gia, stop,
Leave me
please.
alone.
Amy lifts her ass up. I'm dragging her. They're going to fall on my toe, push me to the van. So now my big toe is falling in the mother. Can't even bend it right now. It hurts so bad. She destroyed the house. She broke the mouse. She broke the keyboard, and another computer. She broke the lamp. She broke the candle holders. She broke another lamp in the light. Gia is just a loose cannon right now, and I think Gia needs help.
I was like, whoa, no wonder why everyone was mad at her. I ain't like how they blamed Amy for it, but I understood why everybody was mad at her. Like, she went crazy that day. And then the first day when she went crazy, no lie, I wasn't mad at her the first day. I was just like, I was disgusted at the fact that she threw up on Amy. But everything after that, I was just like, no lie, it was kind of crazy, but I found it kind of to an entertaining aspect. I liked it. It's like, okay, this girl drunk running around the house, you know, doing stuff. Because at a certain point, I feel like Jenna started with Gia, unpopular opinion, because Gia was just drunk sitting on the couch just talking, and Jenna, say it one more time, and Gia stood up. Amy sitting here tapped Gia, talking about some hey you, and Gia retaliated. Gia did not start those fights. They did. But Gia just had the one to get kicked out, and I'm just like, I wonder why that is. Because shoot, that night, even though they went to sleep at like 8 in the morning, Amy stayed up. I feel like Amy should have went to go get a reset that night. Even if Gia did too, don't get me wrong, because Gia was wilding. Gia was too drunk and she was throwing up on people, and no lie, I don't play with throw up. But I feel like Jenna and Amy started with her as well, and Amy got to the point where she didn't even go to sleep that night. She was still up talking about some, I'm awake now.
I'm a bad girl.
Like, girl, go to sleep. And then shoot, Jenna barely went to sleep because Amy was still awake and she done woke Jenna up when Jenna was trying to sleep. And Mimi kicked them out. I remember that. Yeah, I done watched that season too many times. Well, I watched all these seasons too many times that I remember that. But yeah, my point still stands. I said what I said. I just couldn't respect Gia because of the fact that she just followed behind Erica too much. And like I said, I don't know what Erica was doing to the girls where they just felt like she was so cool that she just had to be the leader. Like, I didn't get it. Like, it was to the point where it just seemed like Gia didn't have a mind of her own. Like, I feel like the twins were gonna keep messing with Elise regardless, but I feel like regardless of what, well, no, because Gia apologized to Erica on her own. I can't remember if that was before or after Erica wanted to call truce with her, but I feel like Erica wanting to call truce with Elise more is what prompted Gia to say like, oh, she want to do this. It seemed like whatever Erica wanted to do, Gia did. And no lie, I didn't like that, because being friends is one thing, but Erica wasn't always right all the time, but she still followed behind Erica. It wasn't right to kick Mimi and freaking Elise and and Amy out the room, but Gia did it anyways because that was her girl. She never checked Erica about it because Mimi went the freak crazy. And Gia should have been like, if Gia was a real one, she would have been like, yeah, no lie, we was kind of tripping leaving them. Even though they had production and stuff with them, like, yeah, leaving them in the middle of nowhere with no key was kind of wild. Like, that kind of wild. But she didn't do that. She was kikiing along with them and then pretending like she didn't know what the hell was going on. When freaking Gabby done broke Mimi's chain, she was sitting here acting like, even though Gia didn't do it, she was in the confessional with Gabby laughing at her with it.
She took it with her. Oh, wait. It's in there. Mars chain, hoe.
And I hated that Gia was making this, like, yeah, she didn't break the chain, but she was laughing along with it. Not like she was just completely out of the dark and didn't know what was going on. No, girl, you was in the confessional with Gabby laughing at it, talking about, oh, Mimi, where's this Mars? And it's just like, when Mimi went crazy, she's talking about, wow, I didn't know. Looking up like she didn't know what was going on, girl. And because of that, I was just like, I low-key can't respect Gia because of that. But it's just like, she was low-key kind of entertaining. But I just can't respect her because, you know, the throwing rock and hiding your hands to a certain aspect is like, it only takes you too far on TV. It's like, yeah, can't respect her all the way. But she was cute though. When I was young, no lie, like, I ain't gonna lie, maybe I was a little fast. But I used to be like, when I grow up, I want the Gia tattoo, and it's just like, next on this shit list, I low-key have to say Elise. Honestly, I wasn't on the wave like Camila, like, oh, these girls beat you up, you're friends with her, because it's like, what was she supposed to do in the house? Like, just stay to herself and not talk to anyone? Like, I feel like she wanted, I feel like her friend in the house was Mimi, but she developed a little cool bond with them. Cause like I said, when Erica went out to do her song, she only brought Gia and Amy. Those were her girls. You know, Elise was just with Mimi, you know, so it's like her girl was Mimi, you know, she just so happened to be cool with the other girls. But my thing about Elise is, I got kind of irritated with her when she low-key did the thing that she did to Christine. And then, no lie, y'all gonna be like, oh, you shady, or you kind of mean for this. But I was upset when her and her sister, quote unquote, didn't do they big one on the twins. Like, I'm upset about the fact that Elise went through all the BS that she went through and she wanted to just play nice, you know, kill people with kindness. Y'all, if somebody pushed me in the pool, put salad dressing in my luggage, they jumped me, like, we could be cool eventually from being roommates, but no lie, I low-key gotta whoop your ass first. Like, I gotta get my get back. And that was the thing that irritated me about Elise, because it's like, yeah, she fought back, but at the same time, like I said, she really didn't get her get back. It's like, I get it, killing people with kindness, you know, taking the high road, you know, when they go low, we go high. But I low-key wanted to see her and her sister beat on the twins. Like, if Erica came to apologize to her, cool. Gia came to apologize to her, cool. But the twins didn't. Like, you and your sister should have been on that expeditiously. And then on top of that, I low-key felt like Elise was a pick-me when the guys came around and she was, you know, smiling, talking about she got jumped and whatnot.
You know, my first night in here, they jumped me. Everybody.
Things like that irritate me, because it's just like, what we got going on in the house was cool, but I used to hate when guys, like, bro, I always say this, you can learn a lot about a girl when you bring a whole bunch of guys around. Like, no lie, you know, it be like that. But if you got your ass beat, I'm not gonna sit here in front of a whole bunch of guys and be like, yeah, you know, they jumped me, you feel me? It's just like, don't piss me off, because now we should jump your ass again for sitting here and putting these guys in your business. Because what does she want the guys to say? Not like they cared, not like they gave them sympathy, and not like they even asked, damn, what happened? Like, they did not give one single ounce of a damn about these girls jumping Elise. They was like, who about to drop it? And then when she thought the girls were hating on her because Pleasure P came around, it's like, I wouldn't necessarily say they were hating, but they were just side-eyeing her because of the fact that she thought that they cared so much. It was just like, girl, bring Drake around, then you could be like, the girls are hating on you because you got Drake around. But it's like, boyfriend number 2, really? I was just like, Elise. But I did like the fact that she actually stayed when the girls did the thing to her. I did like the fact that she, you know, she called her sister here, even though I thought her and her sister were going to be on that, but you know, it's okay. But her staying, I was just like, okay, she's strong. I like her. I respect her. But she didn't retaliate. But no lie, I low-key liked her little friendship with Mimi. But I didn't like how, y'all don't get me wrong, because I do not play with throw up at all. But I hate the fact that when Mimi got drunk AF and Mimi threw up and she wanted to dismantle her bed and leave the room.
Are you gonna do stuff tonight or are you gonna sleep? I'm gonna move all my stuff tonight and I'm gonna sleep in the VIP room. My favorite room of the house.
Like, girl, if y'all don't get production to clean this damn throw up and while you gone and then bring your ass back in this room and go to sleep, like, I really felt like she did the most, and she only did the most because the other girls made a big deal about it. Because, y'all, I remember that episode clear as day, and Mimi did throw up a lot, but what I'm telling you, Mimi was drunk AF. I don't even think that she remembered throwing up. I don't think she remembered anything about that day besides she was upset that the girls jumped Christine. So the fact that Elise wanted to do the most about her throwing up, it's just like, girl, she's not gonna remember this. But now I remember me getting sober and my quote-unquote bestie is trying to, and y'all, not like she was just sleeping in the other room. This bitch done dismantled her whole entire bed. And was about to go sleep with Camila. Pissed me off. What I can say was Elise was that girl. Like, I know they wish that when the new girl came in, she looked like a Cheyenne. You know, she was one of those new girls. Or she was Christine. Not saying Christine was ugly, but you know, it definitely gave Vanilla Basic. But Elise came in and it was boom, boom, boom. boom, and they were just, you know, red bottoms, the real kind. Okay, and they were just hating hard as hell. Like, Elise was low-key that girl. No lie. When I first saw that, I was just like, okay, this is a cute girl. And y'all, this was, no lie, my mom used to block the channel so I wouldn't watch Bad Girls Club because it was quote-unquote inappropriate and a bad influence. But I was just like, no, it's not. Like, do you not see these girls? They're fabulous. But yeah, Elise did questionable things. Like I said, I didn't have an issue with her friendship with Mimi because it seemed like, you know, Mimi got over it real quick. Like, Mimi wasn't necessarily the biggest bully on the show like the twins, Erica and Gia. Like, she just so happened to be cool with them. But when she used to team up with them to do things, it's just like, girl, why you doing this? Because this was you 2 months ago. You sit here doing things to Camila and mad at Camila for things that they was mad at you. Well, honestly, not that even they was even mad at you for. They just didn't like you. And you didn't think it was funny then, so why are you doing it now? Like, I was confused. And when she did the thing with Christine, it just made me look at her different. I was just like, okay, like, this girl is kind of weird. Like, and then next we have Mimi. From an entertainment standpoint, was Mimi the most entertaining? No, but Mimi wasn't someone that just necessarily 100% got on my nerves. What I can say is that sometimes Mimi jumped on the wave, but at a certain point, well, not even at a certain point, I feel like Mimi low-key did what she wanted to do. Like, at the beginning, when she saw that the twins and Gia were following around Erica, she still hung with Jenna and Amy. When they were mad at her for hanging with Amy after she slapped her in the face, she still hung with them because she was just like, I'm not about to sit here and hang and talk crap about them all day with y'all because that's literally all y'all doing. That's literally all they did. They could have gone out and had fun, but no, they just wanted to sit here and talk about the people they didn't like all day. And Mimi didn't like that, so she left. She low-key stood on principle. She didn't jump Christine with the rest of the girls. She didn't want to do that. She participated in the Elise stuff and she participated in the Danny and Gabby stuff. But I low-key feel like Danny and Gabby deserve to got jumped. Whoever jumped them, besides Amy, but whoever jumped them, it was just like, no lie, they were going to get jumped regardless. Shit, I low-key would have jumped them too. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. She stood up when they got kicked out their room. I was just like, I like that. But was Mimi the most entertaining person in the house where every time she did something the cameras were following around? No, but rest in peace to Mimi. Rest in peace to Mimi. Now we get into the top 3. And in my number 3, I gotta say Amy. No lie, Amy was one of the most entertaining people in the house, whether y'all agree or not. Like, she popped things off in the beginning, but if somebody threw up on me too, I wouldn't just be like, oh, they're drunk. Like, sober or not, even though Amy was real drunk, so sober or drunk, yeah, if you throw up on me and we're on Bad Girls Club, we low-key gotta get that too. Amy popped things off in the beginning.
Look at me. Jealous.
She's the one that started the fight with Gia. She went crazy on the bus. You know, she had guys over. And that she had a whole boyfriend. And she done got married. She done kissed the tattoo guy. Like, she was always on that. She was entertaining. Then Amy was never scared. They just thought she was some skinny, blonde, dumb girl. But Amy was always on that. She done beat up Mimi. I mean, did she win any of her other fights? I wouldn't necessarily win. But Amy was always on that. And I always respected her for that. And then also what I can say is that Amy wasn't a follower. Okay, she still hung out with the twins when the twins were public enemy number 1 when she wanted to go out. Because, no lie, Amy was an alcoholic. Like, anytime somebody had something with liquor involved, if you might op or not, Amy said, oh, let's go get drunk. We can do that. When the twins got jumped, she just sat down and watched it. She didn't want to get into it. She felt like that wasn't her beef. She only got into the things that she felt like had something to do with her. And anytime she felt like somebody was disrespecting her, she checked that. Bad Girls Club All-Star Battle, Amy was just always checking it. Like, I liked her. And they tried to blame her for the mattress thing. She was just like, oh, I didn't do it, and I'm not about to hang with y'all until all this died down, because yeah, I'm not about to play with y'all. I'm mad at y'all. I liked that. When they got locked out the room, her and Mimi were on that. Elise was just there.
Just making sure, because you know what, if I have to say about myself,
Just talking about the twins, that's now. I ain't when all y'all buddy again. Like, be your own person.
I have fun by myself. I don't need to look around and be like, who's here? I can dance by myself.
I'm just in the back room all day.
And then they done popped her Palmer. Like, Amy was on that. So it's just like, if you say that you don't like Amy, if Amy not in your top 3, then I'ma just think that you just too much about drama. Because Amy was fun. When they tried to blame her for the whole Gia getting drunk thing, she was like, yeah, nah, I'm not on that. Anytime she participated with the Elise thing, but eventually that like died down for her as well with everyone else, because it was just like, all right, like this is lame. So when it came down to Elise, the twins were just on their own after a certain point. Like, everybody was over it. Shoot, sis knew that she was about to lose the whole swimsuit thing, but she still went on the...
I'm walking around, I'm shaking my boobs, I'm even shaking my no ass.
And shook her no ass. And I was just like, this girl is fun. And number 2, I gotta say Camila. And that week that Camila was there, she made an impact as best replacement ever for whooping everybody ass. Okay, for being iconic, for having iconic lines, for standing by herself through and through. Like I said, I'm not necessarily mad at the fact that Elise became cool with them, because at the end of the day that she had to live in the house. But I respect the fact that when Camila found out these girls weren't cool with her, she stood by herself.
Good word, too, when hey. Look at me when I walk in. Long legs, check. No makeup, check. Baddest bitch in this house, check, double check.
And she didn't care. Granted, I really do feel like if they became cool with Camila, she would have followed behind them as well. Because it seemed like she low-key wanted to fit in, but when she found out she wasn't fitting in, she was just like, oh, okay, F them, I'm cool by myself. She invited her family over, she had fun with her family, she invited a friend over, had fun with her friend, and then afterwards she was just by herself the rest of the time. She didn't care. Like, she was upset that she got kicked out. She wanted to stay and to prove, like, girl, I don't like y'all, I don't need y'all, I don't want y'all. But I really do. The only time Camila pissed me off is when she jumped Christine. Because, yeah, it was Camila's idea to throw her stuff out. But throwing her stuff out and jumping her with Elise and Gia was just lame. Because it's just like, I feel like if Christine wanted to leave, y'all just should have let her leave. Clearly, she's not bad girl material. And jumping the weakest link was just... insane. It's like if somebody like Erica wanted to leave, that should have been the person y'all wanted to jump. Cause yeah, Christine, y'all knew she wasn't gonna do anything, and then especially when y'all saw she wasn't doing anything and that she was screaming and screaming the help me scream, y'all just sat there and kept pulling her hair. And one thing that always pisses me off about that scene is that the driver was just sitting there like hello. But no, I feel like Camila was cute. I feel like she was funny. And then on top of that, she could fight. Her mom had an iconic phone line. Like, she beat up Amy. She done gave Mimi a bump on her freaking eye. She done pulled the girl's bangs out. She done kicked Elise out her room. She done stole all the stuff from around the house, put it in her room, and they didn't have the balls to do it until the last day. And the fact that they didn't have the balls until kick Camila out until the last day just means they were intimidated by her. Even the leader of the house was intimidated by her. Cause why wait until the last day to kick her out just so y'all can prove she won't make it to the last day? Kick her out the second that y'all found out y'all didn't like her, but y'all couldn't do that, right? I know Camila will always go down as one of the best replacements of all time, and she was my number 2. My number 1 in a house, I gotta say Jenna. And I just felt like Jenna was cool, and she didn't care. She was Camila before Camila came, but the difference between her and Camila is that Jenna just never followed the wave. Like, from the beginning, she did what she wanted. Like, she liked Amy, so she hung out with Amy. She liked Mimi, so she hung out with Mimi. She tried to get Mimi and Amy to make up. She tried to get the other girls to chill on Amy and Mimi, because it's just like, y'all are doing too much. But even though she did start with Gia, she wasn't scared. Even though the reason why she wasn't scared is because Gia is like 4 feet tall. Even when Gia and the twins and Erica tried to jump her, she wasn't scared. She tried to throw a pool ball at them hoes.
I'm not dealing with this. Get her the
Okay, like Jenna was on that with them, and the times where her and the girls did used to go out, it did seem like she just used to enjoy herself. She used to have fun. The girls didn't want to go out if it wasn't, you know, like hip-hop night and whatnot, but Jenna was always down to go out. She was always having fun. When she did, she brought guys to the house, and when she brought guys to the house, she wasn't on no cringe stuff. She didn't tell the guys like, yeah, you know, the first day, you know, I had to whoop. I mean, nah, she didn't whoop Gia's ass, but she could have lied and been like Elise, yeah, you know, day one, I started with Gia, but no, she just wanted to have fun and party. Granted, I did agree with the girls. You and your guests shouldn't be loud at 2 in. Like, either y'all smash or y'all need to go. I'm trying to make excuses for her, but you know, at the end of the day, she was drunk. She probably didn't even remember that. And like she said at the reunion, she doesn't even remember that. And I feel like if it were the other way around, she probably wouldn't have cared. But these girls just cared about everything and wanted drama so much that they just took that opportunity. Oh, somebody's loud at 3 a.m. Oh, let's go yell. Like, but granted, like I said, they were probably upset about the fact that it was 3 a.m. and they were being woken up too. So no lie. When it came down to that, I was kind of like, I can see both sides. Then, like I said, Jenna wasn't a follower like the other girls. You know, she did her own thing. She wasn't ripping Amy's track. She didn't hide Amy's stuff. You know, she wasn't encouraging Mimi to not be friends with Amy. She didn't even encourage Mimi to not be friends with the other girls. You know, she just did her own thing. And then even when she came to the photo shoot or whatnot, she was not worried about the girls. She knew they weren't gonna like her, but she was not worried about them. Let me take my pictures and dip. Okay, but the other girls, they just cared too much. Like, they did too much. Okay, y'all, so season 8, it was a lot. It was a lot. A lot of the girls weren't likable, and like I said, the leader of the house was not leader of the housing. You know, she was just, the girls just so happened to follow behind her, so it was by default. But ranking the BGC 8 class, on top we have Jenna, then Camila, then Amy, then Mimi, then Elise, then Gia, and the twins, then Erica. But like I said, the camera followed around the twins, and then when Camila came, the camera followed around Camila. I feel like if Jenna would have stayed longer, and if she would have stayed on the pace that she was on, then she could have been, you know, a big star in the show. Because even when she was on there, it seemed like she was on that. Like, the cameras went with her and Amy when they went out a lot. When she was out partying, she went out a lot. When she had the guys over, the cameras were over. You know, we didn't care about whatever the other girls were going on at that moment. You know, Amy and Jenna were the party girls. They were having fun, and we only panned to the other girls when there was drama going on. Because when Amy and Jenna were out having fun, the other girls were just standing at home talking crap about them, and it's not like we wanted to see that for 40 minutes.
Just relax. All you guys want to do is start drama.
It was just like, okay, you don't like Jenna and Amy. Cool, what's next? who Jenna being okay, who she about to screw next? Amy bringing a guy with tattoos on. Oh, and then she about to call her boyfriend afterwards and tell him, like, oh. But yeah, BGC 8 was a lie. But I can say they did have the best mansion. I love that mansion with all my whole entire heart. But anyways, y'all let me know how y'all feel about BGC 8, and y'all rank the cast of who y'all feel like was the best of the season, who y'all feel was the worst. I told y'all my list, so I really can't wait to hear y'all's, because this season was so unlikable. Like, it's just like, ew. Like, besides Jenna and Camila, like, who else would you like on this cast? But y'all gotta do it from best to worst. Y'all gotta put somebody somewhere in the list. You can't just say Jenna / Camila and everybody else. Y'all gotta do the whole freaking cast. But granted, if you leave Christine out, it's okay, because she only lasted for 20 seconds. Like, she's irrelevant. I forgot about her. But yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about BGCA, and y'all rank these girls. And until the meantime, just make sure that y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, all that.